This week in the latest film by the creators of Barbarian, which, by the way, is one of my favorite horror movies and one of the scariest horror movies I've ever seen, they have a new film coming out. It's called Companion. I saw it early. Here's my review. So before I get started with this, I'm just going to be completely clear. If you're avoiding reviews because you don't want to know a single thing about the story, you're avoiding the trailers, exactly like I was, I'm going to be as brief as I possibly can. The goal is to make this video 6 minutes or so because I don't want to be rambling on and on because I don't want you guys to get spoiled. I'm going to be very brief talking about everything I loved in this movie because, number one, it's a fantastic movie, and I highly recommend you go see it. It is by far my favorite movie of the year so far, and it's probably going to take a lot to take it out of that spot. But I also think that you guys should definitely go see the movie, and I don't want to spoil it, and I avoided all the trailers and stuff, so I'm not going to be rambling on and on. If you're worried about me spoiling anything, not going to be doing that here. And with that said, if you have seen the movie, tell me down below, what do you guys think about it? And if you haven't, what are your expectations for the film? And with that said, we're going to dive right into Companion. I'm not going to tell you anything about the story, anything about that. Just know that this is a really, really good movie. It is really, really fun. It is a comedy horror movie, which is something I didn't really expect coming into it, but it's able to get people that don't love horror movies, and I think this is a movie that they can enjoy. And it also can have people that love horror movies that they will just love the movie. I love horror movies, and I love the movie. I saw it at a Marcus Mystery screening, and all those crowds, every movie I go, they're like Avengers Endgame level crowds. Like, they cheer, they clap, they laugh at every joke, and it is just the best crowd to go see a movie in. And this one was no exception because the crowd also really enhanced the experience, and my theater loved it. Which, again, is another reason why I want you guys to go out and watch Companion. Now, there's 3 big things here that make this film so good. And, again, not going to go in depth to anything. Actually, in the coming days, I am going to have a spoiler review. I'm going to go see the film again tomorrow with some friends because I knew they would absolutely love it. So we'll have a spoiler review after tomorrow. So stay tuned for that one if you have seen the movie. And after you watch it, go back and hear my full thoughts. But the big 3 things here is directing, performances, and script. The big 3 to make a movie good at any circumstance, and all 3 of them are perfect. This movie is made by a first-time director. I looked at his letterbox. He has not made a single other movie except this one, and I think that his directing is really good. I mean, all the shots are in place. They look really good. Obviously, you have to manage the performances and the script, and both of those are absolutely perfect. So he did really, really good in the spot as a first-time director to make this really good movie that has complex ideas, but the overall story is smaller. Like, again, not to spoil anything, once you watch the movie, you'll be like, oh, that's what this is all about. It's smaller in scale, but you also have all these complex ideas, and the director manages it perfectly. Performances, phenomenal. Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid. The 2 big names here. I was excited for this one, period, because of Quaid. Because when he plays villains, it's awesome, and instantly from that first teaser, you could tell that he's a villain. Not a spoiler, it's in the teaser, and that's the one trailer I watched. So, I was excited for that, mainly because of him and because of the creators of Barbarian. And he's really good in here, obviously. I love Jack Quaid, and he's really good in here. But the big standout for me is Sophie Thatcher. I really don't think I've seen her in anything, at least not that I can remember. And she is really good in here, that every time I hear a movie that says Sophie Thatcher is going to be in it, from here on out, I'll be like, oh, I want to see that movie. Again, can't spoil it, but the stuff that she has to do in this movie really works. And she is really, really good in here and plays this complex character perfectly. Now, the script, I think, is the best part of this film. The script is incredible. And I do mean incredible. Where the very beginning of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil anything, you don't know what's going on. You don't know anything what this movie is about. And the more you learn throughout this entire movie, the more the reveals are. You'll be like, hey, that ties back to that and that and that we saw earlier in the film. Oh, okay. So the random scene where we didn't know what was going on there, all of a sudden makes a lot of sense 30 minutes into the future. And a lot of movies like that, they can have the twists that make you go, whoa, what happened? But they can also have make you be like, yeah, but does that fully make sense? And make you have another rewatch. This time was just, whoa, okay, it perfectly makes sense. There's not a single twist or turn that does not make sense. It's perfect. The script is perfect. And I don't know how you can craft such a perfect script, but this is by far one of the best scripts of the 2020s, if not the best script. Where, like I said earlier, it is smaller in scale, but that also allows for every twist, every turn to be great. So many times in the theater, my audience went, whoa, what was that? Some guy even went with the big twist goes, whoa, what? Screams out loud in the middle of the theater. And again, I could have loved this movie so much because of the audience it played, because every joke, every twist, audience had a reaction, but that's because the script is just so good. It makes so much sense and provides for such a fun time at the theater. And fun because when I saw the original teaser, I was like, this is actually going to be scary. Personally, I don't think the film's scary at all. I do think the film, however, is a fun movie. It's a kind of movie that I enjoy. It is genuinely funny. There are several sequences where I'm bursting out laughing, belly laughing, inside the theater. And so it's able to be funny, has all the perfect twists and turns you need, great performances, and just overall being a really fun time. It's an hour and 30 minutes, so the pacing is so smooth. There's not a single sequence except, I'd say, 2 minutes in the very end, I was like, okay, this movie's over. And then it keeps going for another, 20 minutes, which I was completely okay with because I was just having too much fun watching this movie. And just, hour and 37 minutes exactly, I mean, it flies by. I can totally tell that when it comes on video, I mean, I'm even going to see it a second time tomorrow, and I can't wait because of how much fun I had with the movie. It is such a fun time at the theater. So good. Such a good movie. And again, from the creators of Barbarian, the film does not disappoint. So Companion, perfect script, great performances, great directing, and I know this review, I'm kind of holding back here because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm being as brief as I possibly can because for me going to this theater, I saw the teaser. That was it. No idea what the film was about except that Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid is the villain. No idea. And I walked out of the theater so surprised at what the movie is and just so unbelievably happy at what the movie is. I loved Companion. I think it's awesome, and I am going to have a spoiler review here, I think probably Friday, honestly. I'll probably get it out Friday because I will be watching it tomorrow night again. And so I just absolutely love this movie. Before I give you my final score, please make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you never miss another 2025 review, and go ahead and comment down below what is your opinions on Companion, and if you haven't seen it, are you excited for it? After this review, you definitely should be. Companion does everything right. The cast, the directing, the script, it's funny. It definitely has cheer-worthy moments in here. And it is a movie 150% made for me. I'm taking my friends to go see it tomorrow, and I'm so excited that, and then I'll have a spoiler review. No negatives whatsoever in this film, and that is why Companion gets the first A+ of 2025. Thank you guys for clicking on this review. Stay tuned for more videos. We're going to continue the Road to Born Again review series here soon. And I also, hopefully today, either not later today or tomorrow, I'm going to have a unique video coming out. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, thank you guys for clicking on this video.